Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. Kohaloyim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Harakahakurash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yahawah that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive. Salaki to their husbands and and guiding their children. All right. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatha. All right. And I was just listening to the brother here, the elder brother. I believe his name is the Elder Barak, and you know, he was going into the fact that our faith is going to be tested. You know, our faith is going to be tested. And what he mentioned was, you know, our light afflictions, which is, you know, what Paul spoke about, man. You know, these light afflictions that we have to deal with. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to compare to anything, you know, or shall I say, it's not going to compare. It's not going to compare as stacked up to what's going to take place in Jacob's trouble. All right? What's going to happen in Jacob's trouble is going to really put you on the edge. It's going to really put you, you know what I'm saying, keep you on your toes every minute, right? Every second of every minute of every hour, all right? And every hour of every day, you're going to be on your toes. All right, because the things that we deal with here, you know, like he mentioned, you know, utility bills, rent, and, you know, your mortgage and whatnot. All right, that's light affliction. You know what I'm saying? But you also got to think of it this way, and this is what the spirit jumped on me to talk about. You know, you got to think of it like these things that we find ourselves in. You know, it's hard for you to keep up with rent. It's hard for you to keep up with these utility bills, man. I can tell you by firsthand. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a hard time keeping up with these bills, man. You see what I'm saying? Right? Everything's going up in price, and your paycheck just don't move nowhere. Your paycheck stays the same. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you get more hours and all that stuff, man. But you got to think of it. These things keep you in a humble state. These things are keeping us in a very humble state. All right, it's keeping us. The Lord is keeping us from being high-minded. The Lord is keeping us from being prideful. All right. So what's really happening here is that the Lord is preparing us for these times, preparing us for the days of trouble, for the hour of temptation, man. All right, the Lord is preparing us for that final test. You see, because everybody was tested with that pop quiz. Okay, taking that happy juice. Okay, everybody was tested with that. Everybody was tried with that. All right, they had to put their faith on the line, and many of those who say they believe in the Most High, many of those who know that they're Israelites and so on and so forth, man, you know what I'm saying, the whole 9 yards. Many of them failed that test. Many of them failed that pop quiz, that pop quiz, man. Many of them had taken that happy juice. So how much more, you know what I'm saying, how much more when shit really hits the fan? How much more then? You see what I'm saying? People had to make up their minds of whether or not they was going to jeopardize their jobs or their careers or what have you. You know what I'm saying? They 9 to 5. People had to jeopardize whether or not, you know, they had to sacrifice going to this restaurant or not. If you don't have that happy juice, if you don't have this, you know, this proof of verification, you see? People had to face that. Turn these notifications off. All right? People had to face that. They had to face that test. Now, how much more when food is on the line? Okay, that's another thing that the elder was getting into. You know, Jake's all about food and drinking. All right, eating and drinking, man. Okay, but when there's no eating, when there's no drinking, when there's no mirth, all right, and everything is truly at a crossroads. Okay, where you have to make a choice, one or two choices, man. Okay, there's no in between. There's no gray area. All right, what's gonna happen? What's going to happen? People are going to fold. Left and right, people are going to fold, man. Okay? And that's why you see Esau doing the things that he's doing, making the moves that he's making. You see, cutting off the food supply with these food processing plants, polluting the water, and polluting the air. You see? Derailing these trains. Shutting down these railroads. They're cutting the supply, man. All right? This thing is happening. And when it all comes down to it, and everybody has to make that choice, it's not going to be a happy time. It's not going to be a good time, you know what I'm saying, for 2/3, man. And 1/3, and the 1/3 of Amir Salakia, and the 1/3 of Yasharallah has to endure these things, man. They have to endure these times, man. Because there ain't going to be no rapture for none of us. Hell no, man. Yahawah didn't pray for that. All right? Yahawah didn't pray for that. He prayed for the Lord to keep us during the times of trouble. Not to take us out of it. You know? These things are meant to test us. They're meant to try us, man. They're meant to put us through the fire, as gold is tried in the fire. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I wanted to touch on, man, because these light afflictions that we dealing with, man, you know what I'm saying, just going on a day-to-day basis, trying to make it by, you know, what the Lord is doing is he's getting us out of the spirit of wanting to continue in this place. All right, he's making sure that we don't lean on this place. He's making sure that we have nothing to hold on to, nothing to cling to. All right? Certain relationships that you've had, you know, certain relationships that fell apart, you know, the Lord is taking away everything that's going to keep you attached to this place. All right? So you won't be drunken, you know, with the or you know, drunk with wine or you know, filled with the cares of this world. All right? So yeah, man, I just want to touch on that. I'm going to get back to listening to this video, all right, from the elder Barak. Okay? I pray this quick one was edifying. I want to say call Hello Yamla, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem HaRakahakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.